Well, hi, folks. It's Jason Wampler, your host. Another episode of the Rocket Minute. Okay, so here we go. I made a mistake with setting up these motors. Um, these are the aluminum rebuildable motors that we're developing for the two-engine rocket. And I didn't realize, or I kind of realized that later, that the inner diameter of these uh, motor tubes are smaller than the white ones. So I went to shove this in. It got caught up in this particular molded collar right there, and that was a mistake. I was rushed. It was late at night. I wanted to lay down and relax. I couldn't do that. So what we're gonna do, instead of me hacking up this motor tube, is I'm gonna try and get these guys out. And I'm going to take the belt sander. I'm going to shave down the necks of this. I'm going to cut off this last segment right here. I'll show you what I mean. And then we're going to reinstall these, possibly without fiberglass, just with these irrigation fittings. That black ABS, flexible polyfib ABS. I don't know. But anyway, so that's that. So have fun. We're gonna have fun. Excuse me, but I'm a little tired. I've been staying up till 5 in the morning and working like gangbusters. I have worked for the last 5 days in a row, setting up my shop and my room and getting organized. Because I've been trying to overhaul this workshop. It seems no matter where I go, I cannot manage to get away from people who just want to kick me out of the parking lot for the sake of the fact that I look like a nice guy. And, we got homeless sleeping on the sidewalk with their pants down, but, dear old Jason Wampler shows up in an abandoned parking lot at Home Depot, and he works on some rockets, and God forbid, I'm not a bum. I'm not a homeless individual. I'm there to work on rockets. What's your problem? That old chestnut. But anyway, so let me see if I can get these off. If I can't, then we're going to have to figure out another alternative. You know what? That's it. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of cutting. Hey, folks, what did I tell you about safety and about wearing eye protection? I told you always wear your safety goggles. And here we go. Sporting a new tool. This tool I spent about $50 at Harbor Freight getting. It's actually an exceptionally well-made tool, but I modified it. I put a switch housing and switch in it. And I am going to take this tool with me and probably get buried with it. I love it so much. Anyway, let's pull that up there. We just dropped the motor. And let's do a little bit of surgery and undo my mistake, because I'm always making mistakes. Let's also get out one of these protective plates. Actually, let's just get out the stick of wood. And I'm thinking, no, this isn't wood. This is MDF. So here we go. If you'll notice, I put texturized rubber shelf flooring on this work table, and on this guy over here. I don't want to scuff this stuff up. I don't want to drill it. I don't want to cut it. Nothing. I don't get paint on it. So I'm being a lot more careful and using more finesse than I have. So we're going to cut on this piece of wood, and oh my goodness, round things love to roll. Let's see. I need to position this. I like this rotary tool, but let's see how it goes. All right. I'm actually going to cut this here. That's all I'm going to use. Okay. Let me, okay. Here we go. Okay. And look at that. It just cut right off. Okay, this is the part we're keeping. This has the female end that hooks into the male end of the, oh my goodness. You know what? I'm just thinking right now. I had that set up that way on one rocket. I just realized something. I might be making a mistake. Again, let's go get where we get the double-ended rocket. Some more exciting news for the double-ended rocket. I've got another section of pipe, or not pipe, or of let's get that section off. Another section of pipe. The fan of the room saw that tonight. And I'm gonna make this this rocket a little bit larger. Okay, so I put female ends on the motors. I have male ends on the housing itself. Ooh, that kind of popped in place. Okay, you know what? I gotta be honest with you. How in the heck am I gonna do this? And do I really want to do this? Because these white motors are actually larger. Well, okay, sirrah. Okay, so we've got this segmented. And you guys are going to be a little on the disappointed side when you find out. Oh, that's right. We're going to stand this up. This nose cone piece we're keeping for the not double-ended, listen to me, the double-engine rocket. In case you wondered where I went, it's going to seem like a nut job going back and forth. Excuse me a moment, I'm going to take some aspirin. I've got a headache. There we go. 45 ibuprofen. No, just. Put that in the bowl. Alright, there we go. Okay. This guy right here, we're going to go ahead and put this on we're going to put this on the twin engine rocket. The wrong fitting for that. How am I going to do this? Let me try this on this. Oh, we just got this here. There we go. All right, hold on. There. I'm gonna cut this piece of MDF in half. I had to cut this out. Again, I made all sorts of mistakes, and I really discredited. How do I say it? Losing my accreditation here. This coupler that I machined down has slipped in too far. So that is that. So let me go ahead and square up the end of this. Let's turn that on again. this is really an all-purpose tool. I tell you, you spend a little money on a good tool, and it exceeds the performance requirements. It really leaves a good impression. One of those tools, I encourage a leap of faith. Get this tool. Boy, this does not stand a job. I don't even need to sand that, I think. Yeah. Let's get the block sander over here. Sorry guys, I don't mean to be derailed from the little silver aluminum motors. I just want to get this out of the way. And I think we're going to spend a little time sanding down the nose section as well. I've got a power strip. I'm not entirely sure this is the best place for the camera, but here we go. Turn it around. Yeah, now we can. There we go. I don't like the on-off switch on this thing. It's really hard to activate. The last, of course, the last block sander I had, it was rasping so loud because the bearing was missing some of its, some of the balls. The bearing was, I had to gut the bearing to make it functional again, just get a few more miles on that thing, but the bearing was so loud and it wasn't really sanding that well. It would stop and hold up and not oscillate with one smooth motion because of that bad bearing. What I don't understand is, people who make these tools, they know you use a block sander, especially in a body work or you're wet sanding, the tool's going to get wet. So make the bearings watertight. They didn't do that, and evidently it overheated, and one of the bearing one of the grease shields on the bearing fell out. The bearing ran dry. The cage to carry the balls hung up, and the tool wouldn't turn on. I had to clean it out. It took me an hour and a half. I'm just generally not very, very pleased with that. It's a hyper tough tool from Walmart, and I got to be honest with you, I'm not really going to get any more hyper tough tools. This is a Drill Master, which has been renamed Warrior. I got it from Harbor Freight. A lot of people have mixed reviews about anything made by Drill Master from Harbor Freight. Drill Master has never let me down, and neither is Chicago Electric, neither is any of the other plus brands at Harbor Freight. Anyway, okay, so I think we've got a square stand at this point. Let's put that over there like that. Get that out of the way. Well, I tell you, always never enough room. Never enough room. Okay, let's see. How does that fit? And here we go, folks. Not that bad. A little on the firm side, but here we go. Here's the nose cone. Here's that's that center section. And this is the upper two sections of the two-engine rocket, the LC-2P rocket that we're building as well. Not really. I got to be honest with that two-engine rocket. Well, I'm gonna show you how to go on your own rocket launches without a waiver, FAA waiver, or land use permit. Just have to have enough money for camping gear and enough food, and you can go on your own rocket launch. And I got to tell you, at these other sponsored rocket launches, they might be a bit of trouble to get to because a lot of people are going to them. Well, you have to coordinate. If you have a lot of people involved, then the dates might be difficult for most people, but convenient for some. That's just kind of how things work. So if you go on your own time, you can experiment with rockets that won't embarrass you at a rocket meet in front of all 300 or 400 people at that major meet, some of whom have been building the rockets successfully all their life. Because I was at a launch at Santa Fe Recreational Dam in front of Martin's Club, SCRA, Southern California Rocketry Association, of which I'm an unofficial member because I haven't paid my dues. I was a card-carrying member of National Association of Rocketry. I like to renew my license. I just haven't had the time or the money. But basically, I took a very, very strange rocket there, something with 5 very small fins on it. The damn thing, I didn't do the CG or the CP. It was short, fat, and wide with 5 little teeny fins. And they're looking at that rocket going, how in the hell is that thing going to fly? Well, it didn't. Basically, it's like putting a bunch of fireworks underneath the package full of tea bags. It didn't fly at all. It had no aerodynamic merits whatsoever. And after I saw how horribly it performed when I tried to launch off the pad, I realized what a fool I was for designing something like that. And I was embarrassed. So if you go on your own rocket launches where it's safe, like a national park, like well, we could go to Lucerne Dried Lake Bed, Black Rock, Nevada, personal favorite, or Placer City. I got to be honest with you, in Placer City, northern San Diego County, in the city of Placer City, there's just nothing around that can burn. If it can burn, I mean, you can't burn dust and dirt. And there's nothing for miles and miles and miles. And if you go at the right time and somebody else actually shows up, well, like they say, life gives you lemons, make lemonade. The more the merrier. So that happens too. But we have one Rocketeer with his father taking pictures. You can have a pretty good time. We have 3 or 4 or 6 or 20 Rocketeers. You're gonna have a blast. Everybody get together, start talking tech talk about the latest thing with rockets and rocketry. They'll be marching around in uniform, proclaiming their allegiance to their current college, a Polytechnical Institute of Pennsylvania. By the way, back east in the continental United States, rocketry is profoundly a lot more expensive than it is I'm sorry, oh my goodness, a lot less expensive. No, my train of thought got derailed. I'm tired. Back east, I'm talking about the corn-fed Iowa beach. South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, and there's Nora. All Colorado, Arizona, Utah, where Black Rock is. You see nothing but people being holding their hands out. Did I say that too? Oh my God! I'm gonna edit this video. No, I'm sorry. Let me start over again. Back east, the corn-fed Iowa states, the silent majority. I'm going crazy here. I was talking about California, not back east. Wyoming, Nevada, Colorado, New Mexico, North Virginia, upstate New York, places where people actually think and have an interest in scientific studies and subjects and what sort, and who aren't hooked into this and that and becoming anyway, good wholesome people who think clearly, of all races, all colors, genders, ages. They take a real shine to rocketry, and it's a lot of fun. In California, it's not as much fun because California is busy, fast-paced, and experienced. And they just don't have time for rockets. They have other interests. So rocketry is not popular in California where I'm from. But I just have to go a couple states over, and I would be like a local celebrity for what I do. The reason I'm saying this is if you live in California, you're going to have to go a long ways to find a place where you can launch a rocket out in the middle of nowhere where people are just going to walk up to you and tell you what to do. So that's another thing Californians like to do. It doesn't matter. Go up to someone and tell them what to do and boss them around and then start arguing with them because you're dysfunctional, you drink too much alcohol, etc., etc. I said this wouldn't be a political program. It is. But I wanted to, and I still want to move out of state. I'd move to either, not Colorado, I would move to Nevada or Arizona, but I'd like to get out of California. Anyway, okay, so this worked out pretty good. Now here's what we're going to do next. This is our twin-engine rocket that we're working on today. Let's put these silver motors off for a sec, because I'm looking at them in relative comparison to the very, very large size of these white motor casings. The only thing I'm worried about the tensile strength of a thin-walled white PVC, even with a phenolic liner in it. So I'm just kind of wondering how the heck I'm going to set up and construct the motors. I don't want to make them lightweight. You make something too light, it will break on you. You make something too heavy, the rocket will get off the pad and accelerate like it's supposed to. It'll get 400 or 500 feet of altitude. You don't want that. So I'm going to hold off on making these silver bullet motors for a second while I just kind of think about that. Let's get to this box sander, and I need to set an example. It doesn't matter if you're cutting or you're sanding. Wear your safety glasses. So, okay, so here we go. We're going to sand this. I realized something else too. I just occurred to me. I'm gonna be working with my right hand and the camera's on the right side. Why don't I put the camera on the left side, work with my right hand? That way the camera is unobstructed. What do you think? Okay, so I'm gonna sand down this nose cone. Here's something wacky tacking around in it. I think I know what's wrong, but anyway. This nose cone section was very difficult to make. That was a very technical video. I don't know if you remember that. I discussed a subject whether or not I'm just going to go ahead and make nose cone plugs and have somebody make master molds of those nose cone plugs, and just go pour my own epoxy and resin and just make my own nose cones from those molds. But I'm not a mold maker, and I got to be honest with you. I did some of that work in college, and I just have no interest in it. So it's just not me. So I think I'm going to do that because this nose cone, wow, a lot falling around. This nose cone is just becoming a little too labor intensive. Let's keep sanding it down. Let's see what I'm doing. One last thing, besides the fact these safety goggles are digging into my forehead, driving me nuts. I'll get that piece of wood out of the way. Okay, let's put this not so heavy gun over there. Let's wind that up over there like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep using this. That's fine. Okay, well, as you can see, it's not perfect, but I don't like the lighting either. We're gonna more lighting here. Um, no, that's okay. What I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna go ahead and sand this off. Where's the markings on this? Oh, that's right. I got them. I know exactly. I know what else I'm gonna do. Hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a different switch on the top of this because I don't like the switch in this thing either. Okay, so let's wipe this off. Check the fit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit looser. A little bit looser. And check the fit again. That's much better. See that? That's kind of just a little slight tension. Still a little bit too tight. Let's one more time. You know what? Never mind. Cause okay. I'm sorry. I don't need to be indecisive. All right. There you go. Look, watch. That's it. That's perfect. Right there. That's the slip. Now, I'm going to take the tail end of this. Oh my goodness. Ouch, excuse me. Personal adjustment there. Alright. I'm thinking this has turned out pretty darn good. Okay. Let's get these motors too. I'm not gonna assemble this just yet. I'm actually gonna scrub it down with a green scrub pad, and we're gonna travel to Home Depot. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I have $3 left on a gift card, a merchant card from Lowe's. We'll use that towards some paint. We're gonna paint this double engine rocket. There are some other things that we need to do though. So obviously, besides the recovery system, complete recovery system, the 2 large parachutes, 2 bowls, 2 small drogues. We're going to be able to build the center section, which is essentially going to be going this. The center section, let's see there, state deployment electronics bay. So that's going to be exciting, but you can see that this is the inner diameter. Folks, I'm sorry that this stuff is crawling along at a snail's pace. Wow, I am going nuts. It's the exhaustion, I swear. But this is just kind of how it goes. So, I'm making a mess too. I need to, if anybody out there wants to send me a work apron, that would be wonderful. I could try to get this crap full of dust from PVC pipes on my personhood. Okay, so here we go. I do not like this setup at all. Too many wires, yeah. Okay, so we're going to sand this motor assembly down. Okay, these are the reloadable motors. What I'm going to do, I've gone ahead and made a decision about those chrome motors. because they're such small diameter and they're a lot shorter um, than these motors. What I'm going to do is the actual motor reload, the part of the solid fuel pellets, and the casing for those pellets. If I even do pellets, I'll just do one long. I know it sounds crazy. One long trowel of how do you kill the radios or what am I thinking? Take one long tube of Garolite triple X. There's Garolite double X, Garolite triple X. That's black ABS with fiberglass reinforcement, I believe. It's some type of black carbon and carbon reinforced black sheet math or sheet mats or sheet glass, excuse me, of black. And I don't think this is Anyway, Garolite Triple X is like ABS mixed with carbon fiber. Either that, they found a way to melt and manipulate the carbon fiber, and I will put it. I will put it around the fuel grain, and they'll probably end up taking a large, long speed jar and just drill a hole through it. Or I should do maybe cut the tube up, make it in segments. Because this guy will accept nearly six medium sized segments, which is pretty much standard MO. That's how most of your H20, H120s, and such and so forth. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud and also falling asleep. My new schedule is I work till 5 and I get up at 10. By the way, remember to hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment, and let me know if you think I'm crazy because I'm not getting enough sleep, or you think you'd like to hear me make a fool out of myself in the future and survive on 2 hours of sleep plus a half gallon of coffee. That's up to you. So, I just fell asleep. Anyway, no, I could lie. I even think when I'm asleep. Okay, so here we go. You see the detail on that? Let me okay, let me go ahead and go with the tool. Just kind of a tampering tool. Um, yeah, I'm not getting the right angle. This didn't work very well. Forget it. So, and I'm gonna. This is technically this will be paint ready. I think I have a $3 credit at Lowe's. I think we might actually get into painting parts of this rocket tonight. So we'll see how that goes. And then of course, now tomorrow is different. I've got to do laundry and go through my clothes and go through the food and go through a bunch of other equipment and tools that I have and see what I can sell online to make cash or just give away. So stay tuned to see about that. I have a bunch of electronics and old electric tools that I don't really see I have a use for. Okay, so you've done that section. Boy, this upper table really gets crowded really fast. Okay, so we'll do this motor as well. I just want to clean it up. What I'm going to do with, let's see, you can hear my goodness, you can hear a loose washer rattling around in that. What I'm going to do with this part, and this part, the same thing I'm going to do with this part. I'm going to take them over to the kitchen sink, and we'll go over there together, and I'll show you how to wash these parts and get them paint ready. You don't necessarily have to use sandpaper sometimes, but if you really want to be safe, you want to paint a surface and you want it to turn out right. The rule of thumbs is number one. Um, you if you want to prep a surface for paint, you wet sand it with 220, then 300, then 360, and then 400 grit sandpaper, wet sandpaper, not the stuff that's going to break up like the tan color stuff, the dark black gray sheets of sanding paper. If you want to get crazy, you can go with 160 to 220. Then you can go to 300 grit sandpaper, but I don't know. You're going to have to go to places like either Harbor Freight or I don't know. You might have to get it somewhere else. Leave a comment and ask me, and I'll shoot you some information. Leave a comment with your email, and I'll go ahead and shoot some information to you. Okay, so I'm seeing a little bit of a hump here, and I want to get rid of these marks. So these guys are ready to go to the sink. That's the topmost section, the nose section. This is one of the rebuildable motor casings. This is, of course, the middle section. It's housing it's housing basically it is housing all the electronics in the number 3 separation and recovery unit, or why did I say number 3? So I'm gonna have to do some thinking. This is where draftsmen and inventors, they have to actually sit down and draw, and organize their thinking and draw what it is they want to draw. They can't just throw stuff together. And I've been dealing with that for a very long time. So anyway, so 1, 2, 3 pieces ready to go to sander. I will stand these guys up right next to that piece of wood that I said I was going to cut. But I'm not going to do that right now. My headache's kind of going away, but I suppose it'd be completely gone if I'd managed to not be chintzy and take 2 pills instead of 1, but that's okay. Well, thrifty me. So, okay, here we go. This is the one I want to sand. Now, you notice the area is getting a little bit dirty. I don't clean up after every single work cycle. Not like you used to. It just takes too long and it's too frustrating. You can only wipe off PVC dust from a black cotton t-shirt so many times before the darn thing says, help, give me a bath, take me to the one of the washing machines. Anyway, so we're gonna sand this down. We're gonna forget about these silver surfer motors. We're gonna work something out because I kind of technically screwed up on those anyway. Let me put my safety glasses back on. I'll put the rag somewhere over here so you can see that too. All right. Oh, look at that, man. Why don't you rub your safety glasses around in the PVC dirt? Okay, here we go. Safety somewhere in 3rd place. No, safety first. Okay, here we go. is enough. Now I'm going to stand this up with the other parts. We're going to do. Oh my God, that's right. I want to finish on the bottom of the dumb thing. Where are we at time wise? 47 minutes. God, these can only be 1 hour videos. If I shoot an hour and a half video, I mean, it'll take a couple days, and YouTube will say, "Oh, this hurts. This is too much work," and they won't load the video. Lost a couple of videos that way, so we got 13 minutes more to go. Okay. I'll just clean everything up, scrub the rocket down after we're done with this video. Oh my word. Here we go. Okay, here we go. There we go. What's the scenario? That girl's got my house. Is he? Okay, so anyway, boy, I'm a real weirdo on this one. Okay, so I've got everything sanded down. We're gonna call it at this point. This is the 1 hour mark. I appreciate everybody who decided to watch. And hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. I've got to update YouTube Studio because it's not recording all the views I get. This is Jason Wampler, your host. It's been another episode of the Rocket Minute. When I get everything cleaned up and sanded down, this is the bottom part of the rocket, and these are the parts that we're going to sand. And this is, of course, the middle section. These are the two motors, and this is the top section. So there you go. Now you see how much work it is to actually make a rocket from scratch. My name is Jason Wampler. I've been your host for the Rocket Minute. We are going to eventually launch this rocket. It's going to have RCHEI ignition system in it, which is going to be tough because I have no idea how I'm going to fit it. It's a minimum diameter rocket, but we'll figure something out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later, and we'll shoot another episode Monday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to do household chores, so we're not doing anything tomorrow, but we'll shoot another episode Monday, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.